provincial coach, national coach, and now he's doing it at club level. Congratulations to Viv Sierra. Always good to see somebody putting something back into the sport. Before we see the Lions taking on the Mongoose, let's have a look at those team sheets.
So the lineup for the Lions today, they'll be leaning heavily on the likes of Shane Williams and Rakateng Moletti. They've been the go-to men for the Lions throughout the series so far, but Cecil Dumond also really giving a good assistance in that side. So the personnel for the Mongoose today, probably looking at William Ruber doing most of the carrying for them, and Mona Metsi really using his height well in the series so far.
Half-time is over, and we go into the third quarter with the Lions leading the Mongoose 29-17. Hard points earned there for the Lions, not as fluent as we've seen them. Kevin, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, they did battle to start off with in that first quarter, but they seemed to pick up a gear in the second quarter and got back into action.
And it is, in fact, the Lions looking to open up, get the scoreboard ticking for the third quarter, but no change. Moletti with an attempt there, rather a weak attempt, and the Mongoose guilty of missing quite a few free shots in this game. They've certainly had their fair share of attempts, done all the hard work to create the free shots.
Yeah, screen set for Dumond.
Was that a pass or was that a shot? Well, he'll tell you it was a pass,
yep,
because it all ended very well. A little flurry of baskets from the Lions. They seem to do it in fits and starts.
Yeah, great pressure from the Lions. They're picking up man-to-man defense on the Mongoose.
Good passing from the Lions. And a great series of passes, well finished off. That was Mazansana making no mistake. Great little layup attempt. And that is Sean Hartnick at his absolute best. One of the Mongoose players are down, so it's 4 on 5, and the basket is good. Very well worked, thought out, took his time. And Mazansana doing some great work in scoring that basket. Just saw out the corner of his eye that one of the Mongoose players had fallen out of his chair. He was out of the danger zone, so the whistle wasn't going to go. He had time, set himself up, bingo. Cheeky hook shot.
Yeah, Moletti did well just to leave him alone.
And it's the Lions with the ascendancy at the moment. Very good quarter there from the Lions. And there it is, confirmation at the end of the third, 43-25, Lions over the Mongoose. Lots of work to do in the final quarter by the Mongoose. That lead has now extended itself to 18 points. I guess the question, Kevin, that the coach will be asking from the Lions is, can they get that valuable bonus point? And it's been proven just how valuable the bonus points are, particularly when you go into the third round.
Yeah, sure, Andy, and I think they've got to be looking at that. They've got to put the pressure on, and just to see what the quarter scores look like. The Lions first quarter was 16-11 over the Mongoose, second quarter 13-6 over the Mongoose, and on the third quarter 14-8.
So each quarter accumulating a few more points to the positive are the Lions, but it's the Mongoose in possession now. And teams have become very aware of the value of those bonus points, and the Mongoose, should they fail to win, they'll at least want to hold the Lions out from that magical 65 number. Can they do it? If they are going to do it, they've got 8 minutes or 9 minutes to do so.
Yeah, Gifton Bailey just trying to steal the ball from Dumont, but just making contact.
Mongoose guilty. Missing shots right under the basket. There is pressure, but that's what the game's all about. And Monometsi knows that those were two opportunities that should have, or at least one should have dropped. The Lions come back and they capitalize. So into the 50s, half a century. And in real-time basketball, there's still lots of time for the Lions, depending on their own appetite and accuracy, as we see the Mongoose coming back with a very good basket taken from the side, keeping their scoreboard ticking as well. And that was Gifton Bailey, a good outing he's had. Williams. Great pass into Cecil Dumont. What a great basket that was. His back was to the basket. Coach, she'll be very happy with that. Two fairly simple points. There will be a second bite at the cherry, and this time makes good. Holding, and that was quite an interesting foul. Lucky to get away with nothing sinister there. Ramona put it in for the Mongoose, and everybody just seemed to freeze. There was complete static play from the opposition, and the Mongoose were allowed to take that courtesy of Mbele. Some late attempts coming in from the Mongoose. Lots of work still to do in this game. If the Lions are going to come close to 65 points, they'd dearly like to. Williams has an opportunity, he takes two.
Yeah, time is getting few for the Lions. They're going to have to sink a few baskets very quickly.
Some exciting performances we've seen today, particularly from the Lions side. The likes of Williams and the likes of Dumont. But the MVP has in fact been named as Mazansana, playing at number 8. Kevin, outstanding performance from him today, the man in possession as we speak.
Yes, Andy, he's scored 5 two-pointers, and you know, this game isn't all about scoring the points, as we see another basket going down by Dlamini. But Mazansana has also had 4 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive, and 4 steals as well. So all in all, a very good all-round performance from him, as well as all the support that he puts to all these players on the court. And he's fed most of these players that have put the baskets down, especially Shane Williams.
Well, as you say that, the Lions now with a big flurry of baskets. A minute to go, and then they need those 6 points. They know how desperate they want those points. Keep the shooting averages up, but more importantly, from a log perspective, as the Mongoose plonk one down. Mongoose have played their hearts out. On paper, it always looked to be the Lions, and the Lions generally would have expected to take this game with ease, but it hasn't been the case. That's how you play basketball. Dumont guilty again. Lots of pressure being put on the Lions players, on themselves now, because they're desperately looking for the points, and it's going to be probably too little too late. They're not going to get those 65 points, and the Mongoose will make sure of that.
Dumont has stolen the ball.
And they're
Bang, thank you, take that.
probably miss that bonus point by one basket.
So at the end of time, the 2-pointers averages very low on both sides, so both sides would be very disappointed on that. But the important area there is just look at the turnovers. 35 from the Mongoose. Those were sort of gimmies to the Lions, and they would have converted a lot of those to points, as well as the steals on the Lions side. They would have taken those balls off the Mongoose and then hopefully converted them to points. And then the game leaders, Shane Williams scoring all the points for the Lions, but Cecil Dumond with a lot of rebounds, and Moletti obviously his normal busy self. But Mazantsana, just a lot of work off the ball to give him the man of the match. And on the Mongoose side, Gift Mbele with all the points, Mandingi and Mbele with the assists as well, and Ramon, not very many steals, but very small man. It's a good effort on his side.
Jerry, congratulations, most valuable player. You must be very, very happy with this award.
Thank you, Andy. I'm excited, guy. I think it's my first time having this award since I've started playing the game.
Well, that smile really tells the story. But let me tell you one thing. It was well deserved. You had a fantastic game. It was a tough game, though. Today, give us your thoughts on it.
It was a very tough game, eh? Considering that one of our main shooters wasn't part of the game, we all had to rise up to the occasion. Everyone had to give 100% because we needed this win.
On paper, it looked like the Lions were definitely the stronger side, but the Mongoose gave it all they had.
You can never write off the Mongoose. They're a very strong side. They're quick and they are young. So, like as I said, our game had to be top notch.
From your own point of view, what were your strong points today?
I consider my game like, I'm a great distributor of the ball. But as I said, I had to rise up to the occasion because we don't have our main shooter. I had to put in a few baskets as well.
Well, distribute the ball you did, and you certainly played your part in a fantastic win for the Lions. Congratulations. You can be very, very proud of that, and we're going to watch you very carefully for the rest of the third round. Some goodies in there from Supersport. As you said, it's your first MVP. Enjoy.
Thank you very much, Andy.
And in the log standings after that match, the Lions just missing out on the bonus point. Wouldn't have made any difference to their points. Still keeps them at second place on the log behind the Wolverines, and the Mongoose still bringing up the rear.
Two great games then from the Vodacom Mandeville Indoor Centre. And before we leave you, a quick look at what I regard as the play of the day. Shange with a shot, and that surely a candidate for the play of the day. What a basket at what a time in this game. The next action from the Vodacom Mandeville Indoor Centre will be on the 21st of July. Get down here if you can, because that will feature the Sasol Amawili boys against the Supersport All-Stars. And if you can't get down here, watch out for those highlights on the 27th of July. Until then, it's goodbye.